Starmer sparks outrage during meeting with Modi after drastic case emerges. Right, let's talk about one of the most humiliating spectacles in British politics. Picture this. You're about to seal a multi-billion-pound trade deal, shaking hands and smiling for the cameras. When in the middle of it all, you're forced to confront the ugly truth your new business partner has been holding a British citizen captive for 7 years. Welcome to the disgraceful reality of international diplomacy, where human lives are bargaining chips and moral backbone gets traded away for economic gain. This week, Sir Keir Starmer sat down with India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi to sign off on a glittering new trade agreement. But behind the photo ops and stage smiles lurked a gut-wrenching scandal. The elephant in the room, a British man, Jagtar Singh Johal, who has been rotting in Indian custody since 2017 while his family fights desperately for his freedom. And our government's response: polished statements, hollow promises, and an unforgivable display of weakness. Johal's story is nothing short of a nightmare. A Scottish Sikh activist from Dumbarton, he traveled to India for his wedding, his wedding only to be dragged into a living hell. Arrested on what his supporters insist are trumped-up terrorism charges, allegedly tortured into a false confession, and tossed into the Indian legal system like a political pawn, he has been trapped there for 7 long years. 7 years longer than most people's careers, longer than marriages, and apparently longer than Britain's patience to actually fight for its own citizens. Earlier this year, Johal was cleared in one case, which is like being told you didn't steal one biscuit while still being accused of nicking the entire tin. Meanwhile, his brother, a Labour councillor, called Starmer's meeting with Modi a golden opportunity to finally demand justice. And he's right when you're staring across the table at the man who can free your citizen while signing a deal worth billions. That's when you bring the hammer down. That's when you prove that British lives are not for sale. But what did Starmer do? What did our so-called leaders deliver in this golden opportunity? Nothing but carefully rehearsed diplomatic pleasantries. It was a masterclass in cowardice disguised as negotiation. Scottish Secretary Ian Murray stepped up to the microphone afterwards, sounding like a man apologizing for forgetting to put the bins out. His excuse: the situation is complex. Complex? Are you joking? This isn't quantum physics. This is simple. Release the innocent British citizen you've been holding for 7 bloody years. And of course, Murray rolled out the government's favorite empty phrase: we are doing everything we possibly can. Translation: we sent a strongly worded email and crossed our fingers. They even bragged about a meeting between foreign secretaries in June, as if playing diplomatic telephone is going to unlock a prison cell. It's pathetic. This entire fiasco exposes a rotten core of Britain's post-Brexit reality. We are so desperate for trade deals that will tiptoe around human rights abuses, like we're navigating landmines at a garden party. This government would rather protect its economic headlines than its citizens. They are selling off our moral compass for a few percentage points of GDP growth, and the message is clear. If you're a British citizen abroad and you get caught in a political storm, you're on your own. Starmer is now stuck in an impossible trap of his own making. Push Modi too hard and risk the trade deal. Go soft and tell every British citizen worldwide that their life is worth less than a handshake and a photo op. What we saw was political theater at its most shameful: a prime minister with no spine, whispering about human rights while grinning for the cameras, and a man's life hanging in the balance. 7 years. 7 years away from his family. 7 years stolen for the crime of